What's up, Cedar Park? First up, a spotlight on Native American Heritage Month as November comes to a close.
See how the wrestling team is preparing for their tournament season?
And the top 3 things you need to know for today.
Stay tuned because the Wolfcast starts now. I was zoned out. Good morning, Cedar Park, and welcome back. I'm Jack Polshuk, and I'm here this morning with Reagan Hill and Katie Whitmarsh.
November is Native American Heritage Month, and the month comes to a close, so we're going to take a closer look into the culture.
Reporter Reese Elizondo has more.
Native American Heritage Month is a much lesser known month, but it is just as important as anything. This month celebrates the culture and heritage of Native Americans. In 1990, then President George H.W. Bush named this month as National Native American Heritage Month, and it has been celebrated ever since.
This month, we honor the gifts of our ancestors by celebrating Indigenous knowledge, traditions, language, and culture. But at Interior, we do that every day.
In fact, the first ever American Indian Day in any state was declared on the second Sunday in May 1960 in the state of New York. Since then, several states celebrate the fourth Friday in September as American Indian Day.
For me, Native American Heritage Month, it is a time where you have time to reflect, a time for remembrance, past, present, and future of all Native Americans.
As less and less people celebrate this month, it's more important than ever to the people who do celebrate it, because it's how they remember their culture and where they came from.
Now, as tomorrow is the last day of the month, while we're almost done with this special event, you can still take the chance to celebrate by cooking a Native American meal like acorn bread or reading a book by a Native American author.
As wrestling season kicks off this month, learn what makes the wrestling team unique and worth investing your time into. Began November 10th, but will go all the way into late February with weekly events such as tournaments. Students in wrestling enjoy pushing their limits through hard work and determination during and after school training. Wrestling junior varsity member Andreas Ortega discusses why students should pay more attention to the wrestling team.
So they can see ways how we CPH wrestlers compete. Our coach kicks us in high gear to learn everything there is to know how to score and pin our opponents. It's the wrestling team is the most extreme team on campus. So I can learn what it's like to become a champion, pushing my limit even farther. The life of a wrestler may be hard, but it's also quite amazing.
The wrestling team has many upcoming tournaments and events that students and parents can attend and visit. For a list of upcoming events and other ways to support the wrestling team, visit cedarparkwrestling.com for more information.
Are you interested in neurology, neuroscience, and biology? Well, the Genetics and Neuroscience Club might be the place for you. In this club, you will go over a certain topic every meeting that the officers will present. The club then plays a game that goes over what you learned in the meeting. Club President Reagan Hill talks about why she joined the club her sophomore year.
I joined the club because I have an interest for neuropsychology. So neuropsychology is basically like the psychology behind what happens in the brain and how it influences the choices that you make and how you affect others around you. So while genetics and neuroscience is not about psychology, it does have the neuro aspect with neuroscience, so I was really interested in that aspect of it.
Meetings for this club are bi-weekly every Thursday. The next meeting will be on December 1st in Mr. Babbage's room during Den.
Coming up next, the top 3 things you need to know this morning, but first, these announcements.
Good morning, Cedar Park. First up, an update on the World Cup. The Portugal vs. Uruguay game was interrupted yesterday when a pitch invader flourished a rainbow flag on the field. The FIFA Global Television avoided showing the invader on camera, but he was still noticed as officials quickly pursued him. On a shirt were the words "Save Ukraine" on the front and "Respect Iranian Women" on his back. This was just one instant of protest during the World Cup against the controversies regarding Iran and Qatar's human rights violations, and a nudge towards the ongoing Russian-Ukrainian war. Next up, Travis County officials are calling for legislative change after the releasing of startling overdose data. There were 118 fentanyl-related overdose deaths in the first 6 months of 2022, which is the same number Travis County saw for the entirety of the 2021 year. Travis County is pairing up with Safe Haven Harm Reduction to get Narcan, which is an overdose reversal treatment, into bars and train bartenders to provide that help when needed. One issue is that fentanyl testing strips are illegal in the state of Texas, but House Bill 85, authored by Tallarico, would decriminalize these strips. This bill managed to gain bipartisan support but did not make it to the House floor for authorization. Texas lawmakers are actively trying to bring the bill more attention. Lastly, Kylie Jenner posted photos of her Christmas tree on Instagram. The Jenner and Kardashian families are famous for their over-the-top decorations and celebrations. Jenner posted her ornamented green Christmas tree on her Instagram, which featured her 4-year-old daughter Stormy and her 9-month-old son decorating the tree. So what do you guys think about that tree?
I saw it,
What'd you think?
and it looks nothing like my Christmas tree.
Was it big?
Yeah.
It's massive.
It's like one of those like huge like floor to ceiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 50-foot
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, I just got my Christmas tree this weekend, but it's nowhere near as big as hers.
I don't even have mine up yet.
Me neither.
No?
I still, yeah.
I
Do y'all
have
do
not.
real trees, fake trees?
Real trees.
I do
You
real
can't
tree.
get a fake tree?
No, real tree.
Okay, I was like,
love real trees.
Do you guys get fake trees? Because I feel like that's not the Christmas
I
spirit.
have a fake tree, yeah.
Jack.
How do you guys get it? Like, what's the process?
Well,
Home Depot. Or like
Lowe's
Lowe's. You just go-
or Home Depot.
You just go and
have
then you
like
get the tree.
Depot.
I thought you would,
farms.
I honestly thought you had to go to like some still like farm, like tree farm.
I mean, you
A tree-
can.
You can.
If
but
you're
like,
in, like-
This is not Taylor Swift. Like,
Hey man, I mean, I've just been using the same.
I know
fake
ours
tree
is the
for-
same fake tree that sits in the same
20
box for
years.
the past like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's insane.
oh my god.
That's fun.
Merry Christmas.
All right, well, that's all we have for you today. Make sure you're keeping up with all of our content, so head over to our YouTube channel at CPHS News.
You can also follow at CPHS_sports for updates during the games.
Catch tomorrow's show for the top 3 things, the pack chat, and a pet of the week.
Thanks for taking the time to join us this morning.
With CPHS News, I'm Katie Whitmarsh.
I'm Reagan Hill.
And I'm Jack Paul Shook. Remember to make it a great day or not, the choice is yours.